rootin' tootin', limousine driving, something. Woo!
I don't know.
You sound
I don't
exactly
understand
like it.
anything that you're saying.
Okay, I'll just continue. So I got braces, and I will be slurring a little bit. Please bear with me. She has braces too. Do you have braces?
No.
No, he doesn't have braces, so you can understand him. Okay, so I apologize for the lateness of this video. We were sick for a really long time. It felt like a really long time. I think it was just a week. We had like runny noses, sore throats, and everything, and I didn't want to put you through 20 minutes of me going. So we decided to do it this week instead. So without further ado, welcome back to the 4th episode of Sports Talk. 4 already. That's almost 5, and that's almost 10. So yeah, a lot has happened since we last talked. See, it's already messing me up. The Astros won the World Series, and that means Liriano won. Mm-hmm. But not really. The Raptors started their season, and they're doing okay. And the Leafs started going downhill since, well, we talked last in September, so they were really good for a while. And then I don't know what's happened these last few games, but we're not going to talk about that. That'll be another video for another time. But yeah, so today, what we decided to do, I decided to ask everybody what they want to talk about, because it's been a month and we're not in October anymore. So I didn't want to bring up month-old topics. So I said, okay, I went on Twitter and I went on my channel and I said, what do you guys want to hear us talk about? And so these are going to be the questions. Also, Habs suck. I'm just going to put that out there. This is my little thing. So this is kind of like a Q&A style, I guess, because everybody...
Oh, I ate that once.
Q&A? Oh, yeah. What is it, like that weird rice kind of tiny thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of Q&A style. It's not... It's mainly Leafs questions, too, which is strange, but it's what you guys asked, so...
Strange, eh?
It's so strange.
So weird.
So weird. Why would that happen? But no, I seriously didn't pick and choose. I put most of them in there. Okay. So first question. What are your thoughts on the Leafs and their current struggles with defense and goaltending, and how do you think the Leafs should fix it? First off, I would like to tell you that I appreciate the fact that you used the right there. I noticed that in the comment, and I was like...
Yeah.
Okay, so, yes, you have...
Oh. I'm so sick of losing. I think the Leafs...
You're sick of losing.
I'm sick of losing.
It's been how long the Leafs have been...
hard.
We don't know what winning is. We just got a taste of winning last year.
No.
Okay, sorry.
I'm hooked on it.
I know.
It's like a
It's
drug.
It's like a drug. Okay, go ahead.
I think they just need some time to figure it out. Kadri's giving away a ton of pucks. It's so terrible.
Not to the crowd.
No.
I think they got cocky and now they're sloppy.
Yep.
Right. They think they can get away with, oh, we're going to score 8 goals and win
Yeah.
everything, right?
Yeah.
They just make stupid plays. You just see that they're not, like as Babcock would say,
They need to be...
not enough effort, they're not competing.
No.
Compete,
There's not enough
hit
effort.
pucks deep,
Yeah.
win games.
I don't know if I've been really surprised. I feel like I've been surprised, but also at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm not surprised. Because I knew at the beginning of the season, we all knew that, like, we had great forwards and all that, but defensively, we weren't like, oh, we got some really great defense. We didn't have that. So I already knew that I should not have, like, thought that we'd be good defensively. So anyway, so that's my problem, that I'm feeling this way. Yeah, I feel like it's not even just the defense that we have that's a problem. It's also like the forwards defensively.
Yeah, they're...
So it's like
good.
it's the
Bozak.
whole defensive situation.
Just Bozak.
No. Okay,
We'll
get to Bozak.
Bozak's not good.
Bozak's been trash, but we'll get to that in a
He was good
second.
last night.
He was amazing last night.
Yeah.
I wrote this out before last night. He's like 2 goals, whatever. Okay, so
He heard your questions. He watches your count.
So as for goaltending, I don't think we have a problem with goaltending.
Yeah.
I was reading a lot of things that were just like, oh, Anderson sucks.
The numbers don't matter. He said I don't look at the numbers.
The numbers don't matter, especially when, he has a ton of goals against average, but it doesn't matter because he's getting like, what, 40 plus shots a night?
Did you see those shots too? The quality of those shots
Yeah.
last night. Everything from in tight around the net, in the slot. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was like textbook. These are the shots. These are the high percentage shots that you don't want to allow.
Yeah.
Right? You got if they're gonna let them shoot, push them out to
And
be
it's
on
like-
the circle. Like
it's-
don't. Not from reading the slot. It was crazy.
It's night after night, too. It's not like one night he gets like a ton of shots and then it's like, okay, back to like 25.
They're consistently not being good in front.
I don't
it's
see
terrible. I
any
feel so
teams
bad for
that
him.
allow so many high quality shots like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
he
thinking,
still
you're
stands
lucky,
on his head.
They're lucky that game was close last night. It was
And
crazy.
plus, they have like the 3rd most giveaways in the league.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Oh, my God.
170.
So I think, there were a few games there at the end of October where Anderson wasn't doing very well. And that was like his kind of problem thing, like, oh, he could have stopped that, he could have stopped that.
Yeah.
But I think you're allowed, as a player who plays so many games in a year, you're allowed to have an off night or two. And I think that because there's so many players on a team, your team should bail you out, right? Like, he's bailed the Leafs out more times than I can count.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he's having an off night, they should be like, hey, don't worry, I got this. Sit back and relax. I don't know. But they can't. They never bail him out. And I feel so bad for him. And it's not like they're not bailing him out. They're giving him so many problems. Like, it's the forward's fault too. I'll be honest. But we don't have solid defense except for him. But he can't take night after night like 40 shots and expect him not to let in like 5 goals or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's last night, the quality of those shots too. It's not just like they're shots from the point, clear shots from the point or something like that.
And from the best players in the world, night after night, like it's. I don't know how he deals with it. Oh my god, it sounds like a terrible job. I would never want to be a goalie. Goddamn.
At least for the Leafs.
So do you have a fix for that? They wanted to know.
Play better.
The goaltending defense. Like, what Babcock is doing right now, Babcock is the best. I'm going to put that out there. Anything he does, I'm like, okay, don't worry, he got this. Except for what the frig was that?
I don't know. Maybe there's some rule I don't know. Like, that doesn't, it's not goal center interference.
That the game would have been
hit
different.
the guy in the head?
Yeah. Okay, so for the fix of this, right now so Babcock's he's switching the pairings up and everything, so
it's all messed up.
It's all messed up again. So you have to, if this thing is driving us, you have to understand that like they have to get used to playing with each other again. So the pairings are all changed. So that is exactly what I would do if I were Babcock.
They still have Riley Hainsey, right? That's like their go-to.
I don't know.
Lights of Hainsey, they
mixed that up. They mixed it up a bit.
I thought it was Gardner and Hainsey.
I don't know what
they
they're
got
doing
basically
now,
one pairing. Like you see in the penalty kill, it's one pairing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anytime they.
I know that's why
one pairing.
That's the problem. So I don't think it's like a big problem in our defense. It's not like, oh, okay, so do you hear that click? I'm so easily distracted. You did?
Yeah.
Don't do that. But I feel like it's not like we have to go and get a new defenseman or anything, which is what a lot of people are saying.
They signed Polak, but the problem with Polak is he's a great penalty killer, but he takes a lot of penalties. So you gotta balance it.
But yeah, I don't think it's like a fix where it's like, man, we really gotta look at our team and we gotta trade some players. No, I think it's just these are young.
I don't know what are you gonna do. Like, are you gonna trade the
thing is,
forward
apparently
to get defense? I don't know.
No, you're not gonna. Yeah, it's hard to replace anyone. So apparently all of our defensemen were born in the 90s except for Hainsey. So they're young guys. Obviously, there's room for improvement. Yeah, shout out to the 90s kids. There's room for improvement. Maybe they need to get used to playing with these new pairings and everything. And then they just need to get used to, like, the work ethic and the time you put in the practice. Mm-hmm. I don't think Anderson has to do anything. Like, obviously, everybody can improve, but I think he's okay. And it's relatively early to say, like, well, Leafs suck. Oh, my God, it's 15 games in.
No, you know what? They lost the last couple of weeks. They lost, I don't know, how many games it was.
Yeah.
More than they won, of course. But they didn't play that bad in all of them. They just had bad periods that they couldn't come back from.
Yeah.
And then you saw some games that just didn't get the bounces, and you lose. You play well, and you still lose. You can't let it get to you because they'll pile up and they come in a row, right? So they look bad, but
I think the thing that needs to happen now, this is the fix. Either they need to take a long break and get their heads on right, or they need to get demoralized, like 12-0 loss. Be like, what are we doing wrong here?
I think so too.
And I don't want that to happen.
Get whooped.
Yeah, they gotta pretend to be the Habs. Oh, I'm just killing them today. Okay, so next question: do you think Bozak will be traded? If so, to what team?
Okay. Bozak to Montreal because Montreal needs a center.
Wait, but do you think he should be traded?
I love having him on the team.
Do you think he will be traded? Both questions. Will he be traded this year, and should he be traded?
The off season, he might get traded.
Well,
Isn't he's
free agent
then?
Oh
Yeah. So like this year, JVR and him I think are free agents. Yeah. So
trade deadline. I think if the Leafs are in a difficult position, they trade in Montreal, get Drouin.
I can't.
But I don't know who they get back.
If he starts playing well, they're gonna want him to play because they don't have like down the middle. They really don't.
Yeah.
They have guys, but they don't have guys that can.
Okay, this is 15 games.
I love to have him on team.
Bozak's not that bad.
And if he doesn't play well, no one's gonna want him.
Yeah.
His contract's up in the year, right? No one's gonna want him.
I get this question a lot under my videos, and I'll be straight with you right now. There's no way in hell I would trade him. Like this year, I would resign him is what I would do. I know he's playing not too great, but again, it's 15 games.
They're not gonna have the money. They have Komarov. They have
but
JVR,
I don't.
Bozak.
Okay, wait, no.
You know
See,
JVR is gonna lie.
I'm in my area here. I'm not re-signing JVR.
Really?
Also, if I were to sign Bozak, we have the upper hand because he's getting old and all that. I'd sign him to like 2 or 3 years, and then 1 or 2 maybe, and he would take a major pay cut too. Hometown discount.
1 or 2 million.
In my mind, this works out perfectly.
Like, it would be good if he plays terrible.
And it's not like he's not playing terrible now. He's been more consistently good than he's been consistently bad. You remember with Phil Kessel and all that.
He just had a rough period where he was very, very bad.
Yeah.
Like, he started the season alright.
But everyone's kind of trash on that whole line with him. Like JVR
was so bad defensively.
Oh, terrible.
That's what some people are saying. JVR, they say it's not worse the offense, but because it's defense. But I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, do you see what he does?
He's
like,
got
he can't
great hands
replace
in
that.
front of the net, which yes, but for the money.
Not that bad defensively.
He's not that bad, but for the money still.
He's gonna want so much money though. It's gonna be, and then they have so many wingers, right? So you start thinking, what can I do with that money, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like
you're not gonna be able to replace him on the.
That's
wing
what I said.
stuff,
If we're gonna take any of those guys, they're gonna take major pay cuts because it's like we don't really need you. Like you can move Nylander to center, although I don't know if I would. But I was saying you could.
That's what they're saying because then that move gets a spot on the wing for like Marner to move up in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then they say his shooting percentage goes down when he plays center, but if that means getting Leivo into lineup and Kapanen into lineup too, you have to, it's a whole thing you gotta balance out.
This is up to Bozak. Like, hey man, do you want to be on this team?
Yeah, it's all.
You're gonna have to take a lot of less money and a lot less time.
You're gonna have to be okay with playing 2 minutes a night, getting paid $800,000.
I honestly don't think there's a problem with Bozak right now. I know everybody's talking about him getting traded, but I think Babcock knows all. That's it.
Yeah,
like
they're not gonna say anything.
He moved him right now. I think he's playing on the 4th line right now.
Yep.
And well, you're allowed to be struggling like for a few games, right? Let him take his struggles, play a little bit less time, and then get your head back in the game.
And then
you know who I'd like to see play more?
2 goals.
Because he's playing like 14 minutes. Like, I think some games he's playing like 14 minutes. Like
I don't know. Well, he was playing really well there for.
Playing well too.
Yeah.
But you're only seeing him for like you've seen the top guys like Matthews. I think play over 20 minutes. Right? You've seen Marner that played for 14 minutes. Imagine if he got a little more time.
Well,
he's been
playing better, so I would bump up his minutes. But I don't know how much you can go up. Before he starts getting like a little. I don't know. But okay, so back to Bozak. I don't see him getting traded in the near future. But if we're going to trade him, which I'm not, I would trade him to Pittsburgh because they need a center, like where he could play, and also he could play with the 2-time Stanley Cup champion Phil Kessel. That's my dream. But the actual dream is having him here. So yeah. Also, he could retire as a Leaf. Okay, next question. Come up with a huge theoretical blockbuster trade involving Matthews, Nylander, Marner. This is a great question.
First of all, I wouldn't trade any of them.
Yeah, let's talk about. Okay, hold on. So first off, we'll talk. I'm sorry, these are all about Leafs.
Would you like to see that line? I would like to see them try that.
They
to get Marner some more minutes, maybe.
My God, that looked beautiful.
Matthews, Nylander, Marner.
Yeah,
see how it
we call it M&M, right?
Just see how it works.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up what they have now.
I want either like, on those games where they're losing by 6 goals or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
Try it. Right?
Okay, so first to this idea, I say get the fuck out of here. It's never gonna happen. I'd rather cut off my hand. And second, I'll say let's talk deals. Okay, because this is like really interesting. Matthews, Nylander, Marner for who? So the obvious idea is Connor McDavid, but that's not enough.
I like
That's not enough.
No, especially now. Like he's a throw-in.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so let's keep McDavid in there, and we can add Draisaitl because like they're like a package. I would think, but I still wouldn't do that.
But is this all of them together or just like Matthews alone?
All 3 of them for some other amount that would.
Then you would have.
Not 3 other guys, but like what would equal value for that whole line?
That sounds like a math equation. Crosby and Ovechkin are different value? Teams.
I know.
That's a problem. So
No. Sorry. It's a blockbuster multi-team trade is what I'm doing.
Multi-team. It's not enough.
Yeah, I'm doing multi-team.
They would need all the defense.
Like Senators, maybe.
Like take all of Washington's defense.
Okay, so.
It's like
we're talking theoretical. This would never happen in real life ever. They would never trade Matthews for a bunch of reasons. But first, okay, so let's pretend that Austin Matthews has terrible attitude problems, which he would never have because he's a saint with the media. So okay, let's pretend he has attitude problems. Like this guy's just terrible. We gotta get him out of here.
He doesn't like Canada.
He's like coming in late, wearing purple suits,
short pants.
Sounds like Superman.
He's just like crazy. So this is multi-team. Okay, so. Connor McDavid. For Matthews, Nylander, Marner.
Laughing, that will get him kicked out. Don Cherry hates that when you're laughing. And you're in practice. You're
I'm fine with
pre-game skate and you're laughing.
Okay, so I would take Connor McDavid, Draisaitl, Crosby, Ovechkin, and we could throw in Steven Stamkos just for the heck of it. But I would also need them to like not toss in like $1,500,000 just for the age difference, I think. Because, like, these guys are old I'm trying to get here. Well, except for Connor McDavid.
And also, like, a pack to lose every game we play against them.
Yeah, that's still, in my mind, this is what amazes me. In my mind, that whole deal is not enough value for what we're giving, which is great.
I can't imagine it. It's unimaginable.
Oh, yeah, get Kucherov, put him in there, too, with Stamkos. They have to be together.
They're just great. I love them. I think it's perfect. Okay, so while we're on the subject of that, who would you rather be? Ms. Nylander, Ms. Matthews, or Ms. Marner? Or a fourth option, Ms. Lamoriello? I would do Lamoriello hands down.
Maybe Matthews.
And by the way, we all have to answer these.
Well, I seen Matthew's girlfriend. I'd love to be her.
Oh, you have? I haven't seen his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Marner's girlfriend. They all look the same.
They're all good.
I'm sorry, they're all blonde.
They're all
if I had to date one of them, I'd have to dye my hair blonde. So, we get these questions a lot, but I don't like to answer these usually because we like to talk about sports.
And they're like sexist
actually,
and
yeah,
something.
like low-key sexist, whatever. But I'm gonna do it today because first off, I said this is gonna be like audience interaction video, so a lot of questions came in like this, and I figured I have to do some of them. And second, I'm fine with answering these as long as you guys realize that Adrian has to answer them too. You're making him uncomfortable. So let's get back to it.
Well, not now. I'm thinking about Matthew's girlfriend.
So, okay, out of all those four, with my first overall pick in the 2017 husband draft, I'd like to select Austin Matthews from Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, what did you do?
Why is it Mrs. Matthews? Why isn't like Mr. whatever your last name is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. I agree. Well, okay, I'm just saying, if we did get married, they would take my name. Fuck them. Exactly. Okay, so, no, they can keep theirs, but I'm keeping mine. The baby's going to be my name. Okay, so, my question
Why don't you guys convert your names?
How many babies?
Ooh, a bunch of different ones. Okay,
just convert your names.
We all said Nylander before, but I've changed mine to Matthews. We know Nylander has Swedish meatballs. And sorry, if you want to talk about sports, skip this like 4 or 5 minutes through. He has those Swedish meatballs. And he's got those beautiful golden locks, which I hope he never sees this video. But I feel like girls always fall over themselves. Like, what was it? We watched Blueprint, was it? Where the girls came up to him, they're like, oh, can we get a picture? Yeah. Didn't even notice that there were, like, other guys there.
They didn't even know hockey player.
I don't even know. And Matthews is there. Matthews,
they're like, okay.
And Marner was there, and they were like, they're not even gonna. Okay, anyway, so, yeah. And based off my assumptions of his personality, I think I would like Matthews better. Next question. The same thing. Who do you think are the hottest Toronto athletes? Again, Adrian. So the Toronto athletes, this is like all Toronto teams, but I'd like to add Toronto.
Can we include the Toronto Rock?
Whatever you want. Yeah. You could. What's another Toronto like low level? Marlies, man. I don't even care. Marlies.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think of that actually. Okay, but like Toronto anything, and also Toronto born.
Okay.
So obviously you got your Leafs we already talked about.
Tyler Seguin, 22, 23 years old.
Yeah. Now when he's 19.
Not now.
Not now. Only from that thing. Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird question. But
I like it.
Let's throw Russell Martin into the mix there. I don't know if I'd ever date a professional athlete or hockey player or any of them, but based off looks, yeah.
Bautista.
Okay, sure. Bautista. Okay. Getting back to it.
And then people visit Toronto?
Well, actually, technically declined his option officially, so he's not a Toronto athlete anymore. Right now.
Oh, I'm sad.
Unless they re-sign him for $1 million.
I think they can re-sign him for $1 million. No, I say re-sign him as... I've already went through this. I said a coach, remember?
Okay, 2 minutes.
Okay, so next question. You guys get that out of your system now? Okay. Do you think either Komarov, Bozak, or JVR will be traded at or before the deadline?
Probably not, unless it leaves.
Yeah, they suck. That's what I was going to say.
JVR is going at the deadline. Komarov's going to become a free agent, and I'm not sure with Bozak. I think I said something earlier about him.
Okay.
No, because you know what? They're not going to get... For Komarov and Bozak, I don't see them getting much. It's not even worth like making the move in the lineup.
And shuffling up the team so that you can get used to playing with these guys.
It's not even worth it. And then JVR, like... If you're in a spot to make the playoffs, like you want JVR on your team, so they would get something for him. But why would you want to give him up if you're making the playoffs? Right?
I think out of those three, it would be most likely to have JVR be traded. But it's hard because if they're contending.
Babcock did say he's not going to trade them.
Oh yeah, what did that freaking guy say about Sue?
Let it happen. Yeah, but that's him.
I know Babcock. You can.
Babcock's
But if they.
So not Lamoriello, you can't trust him. If Lamoriello said it, it could just be some tactical. But
if they're like contending by let's say December or January, I 100% say that they're all staying. But if we're not, then why not shake up the team? I think JVR would get traded.
I wouldn't change the team too much if we're
if we're
get better.
But if JVR continues to play like he's playing and like they're all like that, I would make some moves. I'll be honest, because so you trade JVR before the deadline, whatever.
Defense.
You give enough time for Leivo to take his spot.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
the
get
thing.
used
If
to it.
Leivo and Kapanen are playing well or something, I think
unless he wants to take a major pay cut, like I'm proposing.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Guys, this is how it's gonna work. You want to win a Stanley Cup, you're gonna have to take a pay cut.
But yeah, like you want value for what you're getting, but what are you gonna give? Because he's been playing with the team for years, but obviously it's a different team or whatever. So say he has a year of experience with them, you're gonna trade that to get the same thing back, kind of. I don't think I would do that if we're contending. If we're not, then it's like a whole different story. I think that would jeopardize the team if we got something if we traded him.
Like, what do they want? Like defense, right? Like, what is there even available? I don't even know. Like,
I know.
Nothing. I can't think of anything.
Wait, what am I saying? Doughty said he wants to play.
JVR
he always
for
wanted
Doughty,
to play
straight up.
for a Toronto team.
I thought he said recently that
that's just so he gets more money.
Something.
That's so he gets more money next year or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I really think that Leivo deserves a spot on the team, and we'll talk about it in a minute.
If anyone does, like I was looking at one of his stats, and it was like 14th in the league or something like that. And he's played like
his possession was insane when he was playing with us.
The time that he plays, he's so good.
And what were you saying? If he doesn't play 39 games or something, that he is
he has to. It's kind of like in baseball. Don't they have? Isn't like the Rule 5 draft in baseball? This is like the Rule whatever
Rule
thing.
6.
I think if you don't use, I think it's the same kind of thing. Like if you don't use 39 games this year, it's to prevent the player just sitting there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right? If he has to go, he's a free agent.
If by December JVR's been playing good, get him out of there so we can get Leivo immediately and keep him. I would love to freaking keep Leivo. We'll talk about that in a second. But I feel like Komarov's a given gonna stay. But there's another question. Also, who will be resigned and who will walk to free agency out of these three? We kind of
just said that.
Okay, good. So I don't have that. Okay, so
and Leivo, they were thinking about trading Leivo. They're hearing a lot of talk about that. But then why would you do that? Because what are you gonna get?
I feel bad.
Is it even worth? Because is it even worth it? Right?
Yeah.
Like you could just have him depth for the year, or trade him for a low pick.
Okay, so we'll go on to the next question then. Do you think Josh Leivo will ever get a permanent spot in the Leafs? This is a great question.
If they trade JVR,
I freaking hope he does. I would love to see Leivo on our team for a long time.
He could be like.
I think he's
one thing that could help the Leafs. Like,
oh my God, he could be the Austin Matthews of the Leafs.
Leafs third line.
I think he's so good, and I don't think they said. The next question is, do you think Babcock would at least split games between Leivo and Martin like he did with Moore and Fair?
Yeah.
To start the season.
One of them stayed.
But like just to test it out, I don't think Babcock will do that because we already know that Babcock loves Matt Martin and Marner feels safer with him or more confident with him on the ice.
I think it depends on the injury situation. If there was lucky last year, then Leivo's not going to get so many games. Yeah.
So then he won't get a permanent spot on the Leafs because.
But they probably won't be as lucky as last year.
Oh no, I don't think so at all. I'm just holding my breath.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him on the team than JVR.
Yeah.
And they don't permanently want Marlowe at center.
Yeah, I know.
So someone's gonna have to.
I know. Well, that's what I think. I think we can afford to make some moves because we have these. Like we have Kapanen, we have Leivo. But
or
like
if they move, like we were saying, if they move Nylander to center.
Yeah.
Even though it's not as good for Nylander scoring wise, then you got a spot on the wing, right? You can move Marner up and you can put Leivo down on the third, fourth line, right?
There's a lot of ways that you could change this team up a little, like slightly tweak it with
and
the same
probably
players.
do that throughout the whole season. Like if they're not doing good, they're gonna do that weird thing.
But Leivo's 24.
They don't want to touch the first line right now.
That's fine. Leivo's 24, and I feel so bad because he's like kind of wasting his freaking career, and it's pissing me off about him. I'd be so pissed off.
He's just sitting there.
He's literally just sitting there.
He's playing now, but he was sitting there for a long time.
And I would love to have him on our team. I don't want to give him up, but if that means that he gets to actually play full time somewhere, that is gonna have to happen because I think he's too good to just be sitting.
I don't want other team to have him.
Every time he's come up, and I feel so bad.
Even like the last couple of games he played.
Okay, so imagine Leivo, this age or whatever, 4 years ago. He'd be like our number one guy.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That makes me so sad. Anyways, Leivo, he's gonna be something good one day. You're gonna see. We're gonna pull a Don Cherry.
Yeah, star third lineup.
No, I don't think. Well, that's okay. I like star third liners. That's good. You need
Everyone needs a guy.
You need
goals,
all four lines to be working.
That kind of thing.
There's too much depth, and I feel bad for all of them.
Okay, so that is all for the question you guys asked. We'll be back on track with our episodes next, or I guess within this month, unless we get sick again or something happens like that where we'll need to skip one.
Truck,
yeah,
plane,
etc.,
car,
etc.
boat,
So any closing thoughts you guys have?
No.
Okay.
Closed.
I want to say congrats to the Astros for winning. Congrats to Liriano for winning.
Should we talk about my conspiracy theory?
If you want to.
Okay.
Wait, set the scene. Tell them like what happened first.
All right. It was a game 5. I'm not sure. Game 4 or 5. Gurriel hits a home run on Yu Darvish. Comes into the dugout and does a little thing with his eyes. He gets a 5-game suspension for a racist gesture, and of course it's not on. He has to serve that suspension in the playoffs only next year.
I can't believe he did that. And what?
Why would he do that?
This is his conspiracy theory. Because who's stupid enough to do that?
Who's a probable pitcher for Game 7? Yu Darvish. So, I'm just saying, gets inside his head a little bit here. Also, the manager of the Dodgers is like half Asian or something, half Japanese. Yeah, so I think he's getting in their heads a little. And look at that, Yu Darvish only went 1.2 innings, and and the Astros won the World Series. Just saying.
And that's why a terrible game to watch.
Oh God. Oh.
It was not exciting.
Okay, so did you know though that the Astros were? I have to say this as my duty as a Toronto fan. I have to say this. They were last place 3 years ago.
Yes.
Jays were pretty shitty this year. I'm just saying. 3 years from now, 2 years from now, next year.
We have some overlapping players, like Liriano.
Yeah. Like really good players overlapping.
I think we won that trade though. They got Hernandez.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We won the trade, but he won.
They used Liriano like 3 times.
We won the trade, but he won the World Series. Yeah. Okay, and Bianca and I are going to be collaborating on a video pretty soon. What's it called? It's drawing NHL logos from memory. And I haven't looked
the title, but
no, not the title, but like that's what we're doing. Okay, I haven't looked at these for the last like 2 weeks or something. I'm trying not to look at any logos.
Yeah.
I can't even picture one logo in my head right now, except for Vegas.
It's gonna look so bad.
Think
about Arizona. I haven't looked at the logo in so long.
I haven't called them the Arizona Coyotes in so long. I keep on calling them Phoenix. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that on her channel and my channel. So subscribe to her.
Parts. The one with 2 parts.
Yeah. So subscribe to her if you want like notifications for when that comes out. And that is all for this episode. Look at that last piece of paper. 12 freaking pages I had to talk about.
Crap.
I didn't know there's stuff in there, sorry.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you again. Let us know your thoughts on what we talked about, especially who you're going to be, like Mrs. Nylander, Mrs. Matthews. Okay, so
Marner, no.
Marner, no.
Like that's scary.
Okay, thank you.
Marner, that's like kind of feel like
I'll keep my camera.
Yeah, he looks like such
please tell me I pressed the record button.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.